to my channel and to a different kind of video. So instead of doing a restoration or a refresh, I've got a paint correction to do on this car today. So it's black, unfortunately, as you can see, but yeah, still needs to be done. So it's a C-Class estate, it's about 11 years old, and yeah, it just has some kind of wear and tear scratches from use. Car's been really well looked after, but yeah, it just needs a good paint correction. So just going around it and removing any defects in the paint, and just getting it back to the kind of shine that it would have had when it was a lot newer. So have a look around the car and see what you think. So that's obviously the worst bit on the car. But it probably looks, or hopefully it looks worse than it is. So we can see what we can do with that. It's caught there as well. There was a van trying to squeeze past it. Scratch there. A lot of polishers say that if you can't feel it with your nail, you can polish it out, and maybe some of them can, but you'll be there for a while, and you might find that it looks like it's gone, but then after it gets wet it comes back again. So all these bits here, these bits are all going to get sanded with 2000 and then 3000. They're not deep enough to put anything into. So just because it's a black car, you can see quite a lot of scratches. You wouldn't notice as many of them on another colour, likes of that there as well. These are all going to get hit with 2000. So there is quite a lot of light scratching on the car, but it was last sold by a dealer about 6 years ago, so it's been really well looked after, this car, but obviously it's not had paint correction, you know, been through dealer prep for sale or anything for 6 years. So it's been really well looked after, but just kind of DIY polishing. So it's quite a lot. There's quite a lot there. So yeah, if there is a commercial polish that you can use that will actually take all that out, you would definitely be there for a very long time trying to get it all out. There's probably not anything. These are maybe borderline deep enough that we could put some lacquer or paint in, but I'm gonna guess that being a Mercedes, it's got a pretty decent coat of paint, and hopefully that's the case. So there we go. So it's up there as well. The top there as well. So yeah, plenty to be getting on with. So the first thing I'm going to do is just panel wipe this panel. Sorry, Nella's not happy about being tied up. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is panel wipe this panel. Just go basically a panel at a time. So we'll panel wipe it, as you've seen me do before many times, and then just kind of gently sand it with the 2000 foam discs, and then I'll let you have a look and see how it looks after I've done that. Took a bit longer than expected, which is not unusual, but there it is. So as you can see, I've kind of cut it back quite far, but not too far. because if we try to go all the way with that, then we're just going to burn right through. So basically what I just did was I ended up using some 1500 by hand, because it was kind of taking a while with the 2000. Unfortunately I didn't bring the foam 1500 discs because I didn't think I'd need them, but never mind, I had some of the old school ones. So I've done 1500, then 2000 with the foam discs, and then 3000 with the foam discs as well. So that should mean that we've got a nice smooth surface to polish, and that hopefully it shouldn't take too long to use cut and compound on that just to get a shine back on the lacquer. So obviously you can still see, you know, light sort of white marks, but hopefully by the time we've polished that up, you should be impressed by how different it looks. So something like that, you're never going to get rid of it 100%, but I think by the time we've polished it up, it should be plenty good enough. So let's have a go. Let's have a look. So as you can see, it's looking way better than it was. Way better. There's a little bit of broken paint there that we can touch up, but it's way less obvious than it was. So if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't see it. And that's kind of what I'm shooting for. There's no point in painting probably half the side, or half the side and half the back or something. Just you'd end up lacquering the whole bumper maybe, and just for that, if you can get it to disappear. So it might kind of sink in and need polished up more. That does sometimes happen. I can still see some light scratches at the bottom of the panel there, but I might have give them another wee quick sand just to try and get it a little bit smoother. But yeah, I'm happy with that. It looks really good. So yeah, it's just a shame I didn't bring the 1500 foam disc, because that would have saved doing bits by hand, but never mind. Yeah, I think I'll give this wee bit here another kind of 2000 and 3000. See if we can get it a little bit smoother. That's better. Can't see any lines in it now, so worth the extra time. So there we go. That's the worst bit done, and now just to move on with the rest of the car. Right, so that's this side of the car done. Basically just sanded what I've needed to sand, and this was definitely the worst side, although I think there's some bits on the other side as well. Excuse me. So yeah, it's all sanded and cut back to a kind of glossy shine. So I'll let you have a look and see how it is, and then I'm going to move on to the bonnet. There was a kind of bird lime burn through on the roof, so I just hit that with 2000 and then 3000 and then cut it, and that got rid of that really easily. So don't believe people who say that if you get bird lime on your paint then it has to be painted, because sometimes that's the case, but probably more often than not it isn't. So, and also don't listen to people who tell you that it's easy just to polish it out. Again, sometimes you can, but probably not most of the time. So anyway, I'll let you have a look and see how it is. So I'll need a dust off. Once I'm finished polishing it, I'll give it a wee touch up. So obviously I'll do the wee bits like that. But from my point of view, for a car that somebody uses as a daily driver and isn't a show car, I wouldn't be painting a car for something like that. So you can't really tell that there is all those scratches on it before, so that's great. And down here, don't know if you remember from the first video, maybe flash it up, but yeah, there was a lot of kind of scratches there. It's pretty bad, but they're gone. Can't see them anymore. And there's a lot of scratches here. They weren't very deep, but there was just like a lot of them, so they're gone. And there was quite a lot of scratches on this wing as well, so they're away. And I got as far as I did the side of the bonnet. Again, there was quite a lot of scratches there, so you can see it needs polished a bit more there. Maybe you can't see, but that's just where you can see that it's still flat. So, but that's okay, because when I'm doing up here, I'll polish like at an angle going over that way, so that should be fine. So I'm gonna crack on with this. There's quite a lot on the bonnet, and this is the kind of time where you might think, oh, I may as well just sand the whole thing, but once you've actually completely sanded a car and polished it up from that a few times, you're probably a bit more sparing about doing that, and not just do the whole thing unless you actually have to. So there we go. Anyway, I'll stop waffling and get the bonnet done. Yeah, see, it was the same on the other door. I don't know what's caused that, but just these big scratches there. Like there as well, and there as well. Some sore ones. But yeah, the whole panels don't need cut. You know, like below here is not too bad. There's a wee scratch there, but there's no point in cutting all of that just because up here there are scratches. Okay, I'm gonna get cracked on. So there we go, that's half of it done. Sorry I couldn't talk as I was showing you around it there, but there was kind of some background noise on the go. So kind of would have liked to be a bit further forward. That's like maybe nada. That's maybe like about 8 hours just doing that. Nada. But yeah, there were a lot of scratches, and obviously all the scratches on the rear there, which was a job in itself. So yeah, that's fine. Bonnet done, one side done, the bird lime on this half of the roof done. So basically you need to do bumpers the other side and the other side of the roof kind of thing. So should be able to get through it faster with the 1500 flexible discs, which I'll have next time. And also I've got the compressor running a bit faster, but I could probably do with a more powerful compressor. So I need to have a look at that, because yeah, it's not really powerful enough to be running a DA, so that's kind of slowing me down a little bit, to be honest. So we'll have a look, but I'll pick this up soon.